Hello and welcome to the program. This is Energy and You, a show that brings you weekly developments in Nigeria's energy sector with a focus on NNPC Limited. I'm Egusa Egumbo. Coming up.
At this point, the government is ready to embark on a major transformation, and I'm sure you've read a bit in the press, but I can confirm to you that the ambitions are very, very clear, and they're very, very serious about those ambitions.
The Group Chief Executive Officer of NNPC Limited highlights the importance of effective, value-based partnerships as the company aims to drive sustainable collaboration with major players in the energy sector. And months after penning down a shareholders agreement, NNPC Limited and marine transport companies Carverton and Stena Bulk pledged to make the joint venture a reference point in success. We'll bring you details in a moment. Please stay with us. Thanks for joining us. Now, the week began with a series of engagements between the new leadership of NNPC Limited and major players in the energy sector in continued efforts to strengthen alliances for sustainable growth of the industry. In separate meetings, delegations from the Nigeria LNG and Chevron Nigeria Limited had discussions with the Group Chief Executive Officer of NNPC Limited, Bayo Ojulari, on deepening collaboration, exploring investment opportunities, and reaffirming shared commitment to Nigeria's energy future.
May we please take our respective seats?
NNPC Limited is strengthening its partnerships with key stakeholders in Nigeria's energy sector. This is as the Managing Director and CEO of Nigeria NLNG Limited, Dr. Philip Michel Bila, paid a courtesy visit to NNPC's Group Chief Executive Officer, Mr. Bayo Ojulari, to discuss deepening cooperation, encouraging investment, and advancing the country's energy sector.
We believe that this highly professional team is one that is going to take the entire industry, not just NNPC, but the entire oil and gas industry in Nigeria forward, and will lead to huge progress. There are so many things that we are doing or aspiring to do as a business. Today, we're operating 6 trains at 22 million tons per annum. In a short while, we hope to complete train 7 and take that to 30 million tons per annum. We're also looking at how we can decarbonize our system. So from a sustainability perspective, we're looking at how we can begin to ensure the future competitiveness of NLNG.
The GCO praised NLNG's contributions to Nigeria's economic growth and called for expanded collaboration to maximize gas potential.
There is a company, largely run and managed by Nigerians, good collaborations between the national company and private sector, strong governance structure that give you the freedom to operate to a large extent, and so it's an epitome of what we all aspire. We would like to partner with you and your team on these strategic things that potentially will fundamentally change the narrative beyond just the short-term popularities and managing all what I'll call you talk about brand, right? The brand is good, but we have to make sure that the brand delivers to the people.
Also, a delegation from Chevron Nigeria, led by the chairman and managing director, Mr. Jim Swartz, visited the GCEO at the NNPC Towers. They discussed investment prospects and Chevron's optimism on the implementation of the Petroleum Industry Act, PIA.
We're excited about what the PIA opened up in terms of clarity on the future for Nigeria. One of the things that we did was we converted all of our leases in the shallow water right after the PIA was passed. We were actually the first one to do that. And we've since renewed our deep water leases as well. So I think it's just shows our commitment and ongoing work that we want to do in Nigeria. So very much excited to continue the journey with NNPCL. we can't do it without you. We are in the joint venture. We're the minority, yet we operate, and so we very much respect the partnership.
The GCEO reassured Chevron of NNPC's commitment to sustaining production levels and impactful corporate social responsibility initiatives to various host communities.
Just delivering and sustaining existing production is a tough job, a very tough job. And then talking about growing that production, and that's the challenge in front of us, and which we have no choice but to deliver.
These strategic visits signal a renewed wave of partnership between NNPC Limited and its international partners, driving investment and sustainable growth across the sector.
And in more engagements, Group Chief Executive Officer of NNPC Limited, Mr. Bayo Julari, met with delegations from the National Institute for Policy and Strategic Studies, as well as the African Petroleum Producers Organization. Here is more on those visits.
As the GCEO continues to settle in at work, visits from stakeholders increase as they discuss ways of forging strategic partnerships and building a sustainable future. Another visit to the GCEO is from the National Institute for Policy and Strategic Studies, led by Air Vice Marshal Mohammed Manu Omar. Discussions centered on the course participants' theme of blue economy and sustainable development in Nigeria, the issues, challenges, and opportunities.
We are here actually to interact with you and get relevant information in form of data, brief, and other information to enrich our research for this year's theme, which is the blue economy and sustainable development. It is expected that at the end of the year, we'll have a Pali report that will be written to Mr. President, and definitely NNPC will form part of this.
The GCEO, Mr. Ojulari, emphasized NNPC Limited's ongoing transformation and openness to strategic collaborations in advancing Nigeria's sustainable development goals.
Thank you for recognizing NNPC as one of your stopping points to engage. I do hope we have more opportunities to collaborate beyond just this your project.
The Secretary General of the African Petroleum Producers Organization, APO, Dr. Omar Farouk Ibrahim, also met with the GCEO to discuss innovative initiatives, including the establishment of the Africa Energy Bank to be headquartered in Nigeria. The bank aims to finance energy infrastructure across the continent.
It's a development bank and focused on energy, but essentially oil and gas. We are not against renewable energies. We may go into that, but much later. For now, really, we believe that the challenge for the industry on the African continent requires a different model.
The GCEO praised Apple's initiatives, especially the Africa Energy Bank, highlighting its potential to provide immediate impact and long-term benefits for Nigeria, while solidifying the country's leadership in regional energy collaboration.
The bank is an exciting thing. We have a lot of growth potential. We are still dependent on a lot of investment. We don't want all those external investment. We know those will come with sacrifices and all of that. But whatever we can do to also support and leverage the growth of the bank in terms of strategic alliance, please guide us.
Through these collaborations, NNPC Limited demonstrates strong leadership and commitment to powering progress for Nigeria and beyond, as the company's transformative journey and strategic partnerships will drive sustainable growth and development in the energy sector.
You're watching Energy and You. Let's take a moment here, but there'll be plenty more when we return, including Mr. Bayo Julari's bold plan to make NNPC Limited the envy of all. Stay with us.
In the northern part of the country, many communities struggle to access quality health care. Poor vision caused by cataracts can be troubling, but help is here. NNPC Foundation is offering free screening and cataract extraction surgeries to beneficiaries across the North Central, Northwest, and Northeast at these locations. In the North Central, Niger State, April 30th to May 6th, 2025, Eye Center General Hospital, Mina. May 7th to 12th, 2025, Federal Medical Center, Bida, and Umar Sanda General Hospital, Bida. Nasarawa State, April 30th to May 6th, 2025, Federal University Teaching Hospital, Dalhatu Araf, Lafia. FCT Abuja, April 30th to May 6th, 2025, Kwali General Hospital. Kwara State, April 30th to May 6th, 2025, General Hospitals, Lafiaji and Patigi. May 7th to 12th, 2025, Cottage Hospitals, Ilesha, Baruba, and Okuta. In the Northwest, Kaduna State, April 30th to May 6th, 2025, Gambo Sowaba General Hospital, Zaria. May 7th to 12th, 2025, General Hospital, Dutse, Tudunwada, Kaduna, and Gwamna Awan General Hospital, Kakuri, Kaduna South. Jigawa State, April 30th to May 6th, 2025, General Hospital, Dutse. Sokoto State, April 30th to May 6th, 2025, General Hospital, Kware. May 7th to 12th, 2025, Specialist Hospital, Sokoto. And in the Northeast at Damawa State, April 30th to May 12th, 2025, Eye Center Specialist Hospital, Yola. Bauchi State, April 30th to May 6th, 2025, Federal University of Health Sciences Teaching Hospital, Azari, and Ali Kwara General Hospital, Azari. Yobe State, April 30th to May 6th, 2025, Specialist Hospital, Damaturu. May 7th to 12th, 2025, Specialist Hospitals, Potiskum and Geshua. Gombe State, April 30th to May 6th, 2025, Federal University Teaching Hospital, Gombe. Flag off date is May 2nd, 2025, and the program will take place simultaneously across the north. It starts daily at 9 a.m. Surgeries will commence after screening. Spread the word. Let's restore sight.
Energy for today, energy for tomorrow.
The Group Chief Executive Officer of NNPC Limited, Bayo Julari, says the federal government is fully committed to the transformation of the company because of the critical role it plays in the growth of the Nigerian economy. Ojulari said this when he received leaders of Caverton and Stena Bulk Shipping in Abuja. The visit reinforces their commitment to a joint venture shipping agreement signed earlier this year.
NNPC is critical to the growth of the Nigerian economy, and as such, the federal government is fully committed to the transformation of the company. The Group CEO of NNPC Limited, Mr. Bayo Ojulari, stated this when he received the leaders of Caverton and Stena Bulk Shipping in Abuja. The Nigerian energy industry is undergoing a remarkable transformation, which has made it attractive to investors. For the NNPC Group CEO, this would not have been possible without the commitment and support of the federal government to the company. Speaking while addressing the team of Caverton and Stena Bulk Shipping, a joint venture company with NNPC Shipping, the group CEO said NNPC is a strategic organization to the country, noting that part of their mandate was to create an enabling environment for other segments of the economy to grow.
At this point, the government is ready to embark on a major transformation. And I'm sure you've read a bit in the press, but I can confirm to you that the ambitions are very, very clear, and they're very, very serious about those ambitions that have been given to us as NNPC.
Speaking earlier, the CEO of Stena Bulk, Eric Hanel, said he was excited to work with the GCEO and his management.
We are fully committed from Stena Bulk's point of view to do something that I think is going to help NNPC, Stena Bulk, and Caverton to develop shipping, and with the background we have with other joint ventures in this part of the world as well, we know what it takes, and we are definitely here as well to show our commitment.
This has been a journey for us, 8 years and counting, I think even more, and it illustrates our commitment to this venture, illustrates our commitment to developing shipping capacity for Nigeria. I know when people hear Caverton, they think helicopters, but we actually started as a shipping company.
The meeting was a formalization of the joint venture between NNPC Shipping, Stena Bulk and Caverton Marine Limited, which aims to create a new tanker operation serving Nigeria and West Africa's crude oil, refined product, and NLNG regional and global shipping requirements.
We are the dynamic global energy company of choice, steering the course of Nigeria's biggest export industry. With years of commitment, delivering greater value and improving lives, NNPC is transformed to better meet your everyday energy need as the largest contributor to the Nigerian economy, generating clean, sustainable energy with integrity, excellence, and creating value for all stakeholders.
Energy for today, energy for tomorrow, energy for tomorrow. Come on, let's go.
You're still watching Energy and You. Now, as the new leadership of NNPC Limited settles down to work, Group Chief Executive Officer of the company, Bayo Ojulari, has laid out his vision with a clear plan to build an NNPC that will be the pride of all Nigerians. To achieve this, the GCEO said focus will be on reconfiguring the company's business structure for agility and value creation, conducting independent value assessments to inform data-driven decisions, and enforcing a robust performance management framework through building transparent, value-aligned partnerships with all stakeholders, and most critically, taking control of its narrative. Ojulari is positive that NNPC Limited will add more value to its millions of Nigerian shareholders and bring more prosperity to the nation. Let's hear him.
Estimated investment, midstream gas, upstream, roughly conservative numbers, to be honest, they're not that big. But these are focused on those activities that we translate to the targets, right? By 2027, we want to see an incremental investment of 30 billion to grow to 60 billion. This is minimum. Please, if you can make 60 in 2027, fine. In terms of gas production, you will notice that the announcement had a slightly lower number, which was 8 BCF and 10 BCF. Based on our internal discussions, we believe there should be a stretch. NNPC's share of refined products to Nigerian markets. An average Nigerian does not know anything about, crude, right? They don't have a clue. The way they measure NNPC is that when they go to that station, they don't have to queue, and the price of the product is affordable. That's where they measure. If we have to do something else, we will do whatever we need to do responsibly and safely to deliver those targets of refining. The target from the announcement from the president said we will attain 2 billion barrels of crude oil production by 2027. NNPC's share of refined products to Nigerian markets, and we will achieve it. So what we need to do is to ensure that we tweak the organization to perform. In some cases, we reorient the organization in terms of their focus and in terms of how they operate. For example, NEPL, great organization. I've seen the progress NEPL has made in recent time in terms of increasing production, improving reliability, targeting asset integrity. But NEPL has potential that is 10 times what it's doing today. 10 times in terms of its potential. If you look at the asset base, if you look at its relationship and its partnerships, and you look at the resource base, NEPL has the potential to do 10 times. So the question is, do you get satisfied by making it 2 times? And you have achieved, or do you have? So we need to do some tweaking and decide on how we want to. Our success and our ability to help the liquidity and to grow will be something that will impact every Nigerian. I think it's an opportunity to make NNPC as wealthy and as impactful as it can ever be.
And here are expectations from Nigerians on the new leadership of NNPC Limited.
We believe with these new changes, we are going to see new innovations. We are going to see new plans coming out.
It's a strong organization, an organization that is bringing money to the country. It's not where you put a novice. Oil is for the country. Therefore, the oil should be used. The country itself should have enough to use within before they would think of taking it outside because of foreign currency.
We expect transparency. We expect price reduction in fuel, basically.
Generally, what I would say with the new management is I hope that and I pray that they improve on fuel accessibility. I mean, there should be more, people should have access to fuel at any time, at any moment. Also, the price should be very fair enough, a very, very fair price. And once that is achieved, any other thing will fall in place.
In the gas sector, like the CNG, we need subsidized equipment for conversion. And we need CNG stations. There is potential in gas now. So many potentials. We have the raw natural gas, just to turn it to LNG and CNG. You understand? So these are some of the things. When we harness the potentials in gas, the fuel price will go down.
Time now for a summary of some trending international energy news for the week. Oil prices fell more than 2% on Monday after OPEC Plus decided to further speed up oil output hikes, spurring concerns about more supply coming into a market clouded by an uncertain demand outlook. Brent crude futures dropped $1.27 to $60.02 a barrel. Meanwhile, OPEC Plus plans to further accelerate oil output hikes and could bring back its 2.2 million barrels per day voluntary cuts by the end of October. That's if members continue to ignore compliance with production quota. OPEC Plus shocked the oil market in April by agreeing a faster than expected unwinding of cuts despite weak prices and demand. The move was designed by Saudi Arabia to punish some members for producing above quota. The European Union is announcing a roadmap to phase out the bloc's remaining gas ties with Moscow, but in the absence of sanctions, it will be difficult for buyers to exit gas contracts using legal options such as force majeure. The roadmap comes as the US is pushing Russia for a peace deal with Ukraine. If reached, the deal may reopen the door for Russian energy and ease sanctions. The Association of Professional Women Engineers of Nigeria, Lagos chapter, has unveiled its Innovation and Resource Hub at the Faculty of Engineering in the University of Lagos. The chapter chairman, Dr. Atinuke Owolabi, said the inauguration was a bold declaration of the association's commitment to providing access, tools, and opportunities for young women to innovate, build, and lead in a fast-evolving, tech-driven world. And that's the show tonight. Thanks for joining us as always. If you missed any part of the show or previous episodes, you can catch up by scanning the QR code on your screen now. And remember to follow us on all our social media handles to get updates of all the activities of NNPC Limited. I'm Erusa Igumbo. We'll see you again.